start building a fire, before we start building the fire, we've got to think about where we're going to site the fire. And obviously, after all the fires on the moors, everyone should be way more conscious about fire management, particularly in this country. Now, if you look in sort of the environment we're in currently, we're surrounded by pine trees. We've already discussed that with the roots, resin, everything's wanting to, you know, sort of basically light up and burn. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clear all this away, all this debris on top, because these pine needles, although despite the fact it's very, very wet, you can see that, you can see all the remnants of the charcoal underneath it. When you build a fire, if say you're going to build a fire, I don't know, a foot, a circular fire, a foot, 2 foot in diameter, really you want to clear away 5 or 6 foot around it. That's what you need to be thinking about because of sparks and embers, okay? And also what you need to be thinking about is what's above you. If you've got a low-lying tree canopy and you've got big flames going up, it's very easy to light them up there. So we'll get all this away. Ah, perfect. So talking about being an opportunist, there we go. So when we cook the trout, there's a couple of ways we could do it. We could either do it quite messily but very tastily, just in the ground. I quite like that, it's really moist, it's lovely. But we'll do something a bit more arty today, and it looks wonderful and tastes even better. Is we're going to panace it, which is Native American way of cooking a trout. Right, so you can sort of see we've got really good cordage here, and that's just pine root or a rootlet. And all we'll do is we'll make a hitch like that around it, and that will secure the fish for us. So I know in complete confidence I can build a fire here. And if I didn't, and I wasn't sure, I'd go and build a fire down by the river on a non-rocky area, because once I've put that fire out, I've got an easy source of water to put on top of it, and the next flood is going to clear any remnants away that I've had a fire there.
Why do you want the remnants to be cleaned away that you had a fire?
Well, because people in England are really, really bad at just leaving, you know, scorch marks and burnt rocks around the place, and it almost encourages somebody else to come along and do that same thing. And nobody needs a monument to the fact that they were there 10 years ago with a fire. You know, just let's return it back to its natural state. You know, and if everybody does that constantly. You know, one of the reasons why there's signs all throughout the countryside saying no trespassers will be prosecuted is because the state of people leave places. There's no need to. Then we've got these. So we've all heard of King Alfred's cakes. Anyone know the story of King Alfred and the cakes, burning the cakes? So when he was battling the Vikings, he went and did a runner to some wetlands, hid in there and was given sanctuary by a lady in a cottage. And his job was to watch the cakes while they were cooking, and he burnt them. Again, hence they get the name King Alfred's cakes, these little black fungus. And these are called Daldinius concentrica is their Latin name, and they're called that because of concentric circles. You see? Coming out from the centre, radiating out. Yeah? And all of them, there you go, have a look. This is just a simple ferrocium steel. We could use the old-fashioned fire lighting kit here, but just for ease and time, we'll get it going. And what we'll do is we'll pass it around, and when you get it passed around to you, blow on it, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Careful.
Oh, look.
Look. Wow.
Harder, brother, harder. Come on.
Have a blow.
Blow?
No, don't hold.
Don't
Don't hold.
touch.
Just blow. Hard. There you go. fire. Now, when you've got a fire, it is not a good point to relax right now. We've got to breathe. You're basically breathing life into something, okay? And that's where you got to look at it. You got to look at. This is why fire was so revered. It meant so much to people. It meant life, is what it meant. And you can see why people used to almost, well, did worship it, quite frankly. And you've got to listen to it. You've got to feed it with the right kind of fuel, so it's like food, the right amount of air, and then obviously this. The more it pops and crackles, the more air we get to it, the more vigorous it is. So we're still having to manage it. It's still quite damp today. Shouldn't be afraid of it. Down there. We're being very gentle here. We're not trying to smother it. We're just trying to feed it. As soon as these flames start coming out over the top, there's no harm in repositioning it to get it right. You use the elements. If it's windy, you know, protect it from the wind, but allow the wind to feed it.
So what are you doing at the moment there?
I'm making 6 holes. Unbelievable. And you'll see, it's going to be skewered over it.
Keep it flat.
To keep it flat, exactly. Kind of like a fish kebab. There's one. Next one. Because it's wet and floppy, it's going to want to flop over the fire. And we don't want to do that. We want to keep it nice and flat, so we get a good even cook. There we go, that's looking beautiful.
Yeah. Look at the fish, Bella.
Look, fish
Look,
ready.
fish.
Fish ready, Bella.
There we are. Just made a herbal tea. We use pine needles for vitamins and nice flavour. We've got some wood sorrel in there as well, and a little bit of honey to sweeten it up. And we've artisanally filtered it through some grass.
Ask Bella.
It's good. Really good. Bella, you want to try?
Bella Pete.
Bella,
Tea.
you gonna come and try this? No. Alright.
It's sweet.
What's it? So what's it? What's the kind of like the
Taste.
Yeah.
Weird, it just tastes like
It's kind of earthy.
earthy, yeah.
You can taste the pine on it.
You get the pine and the lemon. I do get the lemon. A little bit of, you know, citrus.
Yeah.
Citrus in there.
Yeah.
Tastes like Christmas tree.
Amazing.
Bella.
That's what amazes me with people who like bite Christmas trees which are chopped off and then they chuck them away. I'm like, why aren't you getting them and planting them?
Yeah.
You know, I've got like 5 or 6 in my garden which I'm planted. You know, and then as soon as the buds come out, I'll be like snipping it and making pine needle tea in the garden and sipping it outside. It's great.
Good?
Good.
More? You sure? You sure? No. Alright, thanks for watching this week, and thanks very much for Paul for taking us on that wilderness journey through the forest. It's been a fantastic week and we've really enjoyed it. And we're going to see you next time, and paka paka. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks very much.